Good morning, crafters, and welcome to Creative Moments by G. I'm Georgia, and so happy that you're with us today. Now, today is Tuesday, January 11th, and it's 10 o'clock Mountain Time. So if you are joining us right now, you know you're live with us. And if you are looking at the rebroadcast, thank you so much for taking time to watch it. We would love for you to make a comment and give us a thumbs up and share and subscribe if you haven't done that. YouTube really pushes out those videos that they see a lot of interaction, commenting, and so forth. So we just really appreciate you helping us grow our channel here in 2022. Now, I want you to remember that my sister Maudie is over in the chat room and she wants to chat with you. So if you come on, make sure that you've signed in to YouTube so that you can chat with her. If you have any questions, she's right there to answer you. Now, the other thing is I'm really promoting our YouTube shorts. That's a new thing that YouTube has. And so we are creating some shorts that we think are kind of fun. They have to be under a minute, so they go by really fast. Let us know in the comments when you watch them if you really like them or what you might like to see us do some shorts on. Well, we are so excited about today's show. We are going to be working with Valentines. And so we're going to make a Valentine Fun Fold flap card. Now, look at this cute card. Put it over here. Isn't that cute? Look at that. It's a flap. So easy to make. I have 3 cards if we get to them that we're going to make. So by the end of this show, you are going to know how to make this flap card. So let's head down to the crafting table and let's get started.
Gloria's here.
I'm going to go ahead and check out the chats. Good morning, Gloria. Good morning, Patricia. Yay, Valentines. We are so happy to do our Valentine cards. Now, let me show you the DSP that we're going to be working with. Let's see. If you can believe it, one of our cards we're actually going to use the Artfully Composed, and we're going to bring in this cute little monkey guy. And that's for those of you who really don't have Valentine cards, don't have the Valentine DSP, maybe you don't have hearts. This is so cute, so we're going to use that. Now, the other thing we're going to use are these stamp sets. We're going to use the banner year because we really like that little heart and celebrating you. This is just beautiful, this saying, you're on my mind and in my heart. Oh my goodness, so, so beautiful. But we're going to start off with this DSP, and this is Sweet Talk. So we're going to use this to make our first Valentine card. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to need to do, of course, is make a base card. And remember, guys, you don't have to take down all the measurements because you can just go over to creativemomentsbyg.com, go to my blog, give us just a little bit of time after this show, and we will have it up by early afternoon. So don't worry about that. Now, we need to do a little cut on this base card because it is a flap card. So once you get your base card, on the front of the card, we're going to take off 2 inches. So go ahead and just put it in your trimmer and trim off 2 inches. So now you have this flap. Looks kind of strange, right? But it won't in a minute. So we're going to go ahead and move that to the side. And now we have cut some strips. We just took that DSP that I showed you, we cut this one, and we picked out some coordinating colors. So we have this beautiful, beautiful, I believe that's Bermuda Bay. Yes, that's Bermuda Bay. And then on our flap, we need to have some coordinating colors as well. So we just did this in the coordinating colors. So let's go ahead and how do we put this together? Well, get out your adhesive. And we're going to put down just the cardstock first in the beautiful color. Now, I don't know about you, but my goodness, Valentine's is almost right around the corner. So you think you have a lot of time, and then life gets in the way, right? So you need to start early. We're going to go ahead and put this one down. And this design is just wonderful. This is just a favorite of ours because it's so easy to make, and yet you can use it with anything, any season, any flowers that you might have. So the next thing that we need to do is we need to go ahead and get this stamped with our message before we put it down on the card. So let's go ahead and bring in our real red. And I'm going to stamp it first. You know what? I like to stamp it before I put it down. And why is that? Because what if it doesn't stamp right and I have to flip it over? So I like to always do that if I can. So I'm just going to put this in the bottom right-hand corner. And like I said, we love this saying. It is so beautiful. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? So we're going to go ahead and just close this stamp set because I have a tendency to get it all over myself. And before we put this down, we need to create our flap because the flap goes right behind here. So all you have to do is cut your rectangles, and then these are perfect squares. And as you can see, you just simply crease this area to create that little flap. So we are going to take our inside mat and just glue that down right like that, right in the center. So just put a little bit of glue right here.
Does your Facebook page accept photos from your followers?
I believe it does. Yes, Gloria, I think you can. We would love to see the cards that you create from this, or maybe you've already created some Valentine cards. We would love it.
She's done this style just recently.
Oh, perfect. So now we have this flap right here, okay? So now we can go ahead and put this down. Now you might want to use your bone folder and really go over that to get it glued down. So we're just going to get some glue on there. Center that on your card. Okay, starting to take shape. And now we're simply going to layer these on the top and then bring in our Valentine. And I love these coordinating colors that we picked out, because you always, when you're working with colors, you want to pick one that is kind of presented subtly, right? It's not all over the place. And I think that Bermuda Bay is just in a few places, and so it really makes those hearts pop, don't you think? That we brought in that Bermuda Bay? I think so. And now we're going to go ahead and lay this down flat as well. And get that laid down. And now we are ready to just add some hearts. Okay, so now we have lots of different hearts that I punched out that we could do. This is from, let me show you what it's from. It's from that bundle that has this heart. And then we also use the smaller heart that comes from that. We really like that. So I was thinking, I wonder, I'm just kind of thinking here, would this big heart look better? Or would the smaller heart look better? And then put possibly a little heart right in the center. Ooh, I don't know. What do you think? The big one? Oh, Maudie, you want to get rid of the troll?
I did.
Oh, already got rid of it. Good. So what do you think? Do you think the bigger heart or the smaller heart? Now on this one we used our punches to do those. So we'll go ahead and just see what our ladies think. I'll show my card, make the flap. So, and which do you think, Maudie? The bigger one or the smaller one with the 3 layers in it?
What was the smaller one right now?
The smaller one. Can you see it? Is it up on the screen yet?
No.
Should be. We have a delay in what we see, so I'm just going to make sure this works.
Maybe the first one. The first one.
The big one?
That Happy Valentine's Day.
Okay, I think we'll go ahead and put this one right here. Now, notice how we did this. We used the smaller heart and just cut out the center and stamped Happy Valentine's Day using, you're not going to believe it, oh my goodness, we had a paper pumpkin from last year that had the Happy Valentine's Day. So that's where we got that beautiful little Happy Valentine's Day. So we're going to go ahead and just glue this down. And you can see that we also embossed it. And you can see how quick this card is to make, right? So easy. See how we embossed it with the little dots right there? Maybe you can see it. Now we're going to go ahead and set this up on dimensionals so that it's not flat. And I think it's always good to show a card that isn't necessarily Valentine's for Valentine's Day because it gives you an idea of how you can use your DSP.
Is that the smaller heart?
You said the larger heart.
No, it's smaller. Oh, but that's okay though.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this one right on the top. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Done! That's how easy that flap card is. Now, there's a lot of flap cards that have a skinny band right here, but I just love this one because it's very sturdy. I really, really like it. Let's go ahead and make the one that has the little monkeys on it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our base card. We're going to cut off 2 inches. And this will give you a completely different perspective on something else. So we went ahead and we cut out that beautiful paper. Look at that paper. Once again, we picked up this Bermuda Bay. So we're going to go ahead and lay that down. So we may end up with 3 Valentine cards on this show. And we're going to go ahead and lay this top part down. Once again, we need to make sure that we stamp whatever we're going to say. And on this one, we're going to stamp, I love hanging around you. And we are just going to use the black memento. I just inked up my black memento, so I want to make sure I don't get too much. Get that right in the corner. Hold it for good contact and lift up. Perfect. Now let's make sure that we can see that. Oh, we can still see it. Still see it right there. So now we can go ahead and create our flap. So we're going to go ahead. We've already cut our rectangle and then scored it right here. Now we're going to go ahead and just crease it with our bone folder. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp our little monkey guy, and then we'll use our blends to color it. Now, the monkey won't fit exactly on this. He goes off just a little bit, so that's okay though. Let's get him centered. Okay. Look at that. So cute. Those little guys are so cute. Now we're going to bring in several blends. We need our black for the eyes. We need our bronze for the branch, our leaves, and then the little body and the face. So let's go ahead and do our leaves. No, let's go ahead and do our branch. And we're using the pencil end because it needs to be very thin. Now we're going to come in with our leaves. Just color them. This would be so cute for a co-worker or your grandkids. They would really love these little guys. And now we're just going to come in with the body. And once again, because it's a small area, I'm using the pencil end. And I'm going to bring in a little bit of shading on these guys. His hand. His feet. I'm going to do this one. And I really like for the shading to bring in that dark petal pink. Okay. How is the weather where everyone is? We're kind of having, it's a little bit cold here today for us. We're in the 50s. So what's it like in the Midwest and Oklahoma? Okay, we are almost done. Get his little body. Okay, oh, can't forget his other ear and his little leg. This makes such a cute card. And then we're going to bring in that petal pink and do his face and a little bit of his ears. Just to get the inside of his ears. And now we're going to come back with the black to do his eyes. And when you do the monkeys, make sure that you look. This little guy is looking up. So make sure that you point the little eyes up. And this guy is looking down. Okay. Now we are ready to do some layering. So let's go ahead. In Michigan, you have 18 degrees and very sunny. Oh my goodness. I know you're thinking you should not be complaining about 50 degrees. Oh my. I know, but we're not used to cold weather. Although I was telling Maudie just the other day, I want some snow. So we looked outside and on someone's, because it got really cold last night, I saw what I thought was snow and I said, oh, look, Maudie, it snowed. There's some snow on the roof. And she said, that's frost. And I said, well, for New Mexico, that's snow, frost snow. So that's our snow. Now, make sure that when you put this on there, that your tab goes to the right and your little guys go right there. You don't want to put them upside down. Now, what makes these little guys cute is we picked up that heart that I showed you from that other sentiment stamp set that probably everyone has. And we're just going to add some hearts just down here. Oh, look at that. 2 little hearts. Hi, Joan. So happy you're here from Southern Maryland. Oh, 28 degrees. Oh, my goodness. And Tammy from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Oh, my goodness. It's a heat wave. Oh, my gosh. Well, we are just putting together this Fun Fold flap card. We love it. Now, before you put this down, remember you need to go ahead and connect your flap. So we're just going to put a little bit of glue right there and center it on this card. There we go. Now I'm just going to turn it over and give it a good press from the bone folder. And now I'm ready to put it down. Oh, so cute. So if you don't have any of the Valentine DSP, you don't need it. We're showing you right here how you can use it. Use another DSP to create a Valentine card. So we're going to go ahead and put that right down, centered. Bring the flap back. And look at that card. Do you like it? Aren't those guys cute? Okay, so now here are our 2 cards that we created. We actually have one more that we're going to create very quickly for you. Now this uses some heart DSP that I think is so cute. Once again, we're going to take our base card and we're just simply going to cut off 2 inches on the front of the card. And I think this design is really a keeper design. It can be used, like I said, for all seasons, all occasions. Now we're going to go ahead and lay down the coordinating color that we picked, which is the Granny Apple Green, to brighten it up. Now, we hope that you join us Thursday night at 7 p.m. That's Mountain Time. So you'll need to adjust for your time. That's our late night crafting. We have a different design completely that is so, really, it's quite beautiful and it's really easy, but it looks really complicated. But it's not. So we hope that you can join us Thursday at 7 p.m. Okay, so now we need to go ahead and get this card down on the inside, but we have to stamp it. And we're going to go back to this beautiful, beautiful stamp, this one, You're on My Mind and in My Heart. And we're going to use our red, which I, for some reason, don't see. Oh, there it is. I moved it completely out of the way because I have a tendency to get my fingers inky. So we're going to go ahead and stamp this right in the bottom right-hand corner. Hold it for good contact. And I'm just so impressed with that. I love the lines. I love the font that they've done. So very pretty. Now we're going to get our flap made because that's the next thing. So you can see very quickly you can make this. So we're going to go ahead and lay down our coordinating color. And we want to make sure that if this was a directional paper, that you put the flap on the right side, but it's not really directional paper. So we went ahead and just put in another green. Now, if you have dies to cut out your hearts, that's great. If you have a punch, that's what we use. We're using our 2 punches. And so we punched this one out, and now we want to go ahead and punch out a red heart. Let's see, that's not big enough, but I have some paper over here as a background. That way we can set this up just like this, and then we can bring in a little Happy Valentine's that we've already stamped. And remember, we said we got this from our paper pumpkin. So we're going to go and layer this and get some dimensionals going to raise this up. So we'll turn it over and get this one raised. And I love how this punch creates just a very slight little border, just a tiny little border around it. And now we're going to raise this one up. Put that right in the center. And now let's go ahead and get this attached to our sentiment with a little bit of glue. Put it right in the center and fold it over. And then use your bone folder just to get a good contact. And now let's go ahead and put glue all over the back, right there as well. Get our card and lay it right down in the center. Okay. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to raise it up on dimensionals because I just think that that makes a great presentation. Now because this is a little bit heavier, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put 3 dimensionals. Take off the backing and let's get this laid down. Center it right in the center. And now let's look at the 3 cards that we put together today and how quickly we put them together. Let us know your favorite. We started off with this one. We had the big heart from our die set. We still use the same sentiment. We picked up those beautiful purple colors. We then brought in a stamp set that's not even a Valentine stamp set. What do you think? Number 2, and also for this you can crease it really well to make it lay flatter, so you don't have to worry about that. So it lays really flat when you crease it. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, and now we have this one. Oh my goodness. This one has the matching heart. So let us know in your comments which is your favorite. I don't know. I kind of am partial to the little monkey guy. And I think it makes it really nice just for those people who don't have any Valentine stamps.
Gloria likes 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, thank you, Gloria. 1, 2, and 3. My goodness. Okay. Well, I hope that this gave you an idea of how to use these flap cards for your Valentine cards. And remember, you can use them for any occasion, any season. I think this style is just so pretty. Well, we just appreciate you so much sharing your time with us today. These 30 minutes always go by so fast, and we love chatting with you. You mean so much to us. We hope that you go out and have a fantastic day. Remember, if you can, stop by Thursday night at 7. We have another fantastic card to show you that I think you're really going to like. Well, go out, have a fantastic day. Maudie and I want to wish that for you. And be kind to yourself and others. Be creative in your crafting. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.